few years ago, I was talking to a coworker of mine who happened to be a woman in a call center job. And if you worked in a call center job, you know that you have a lot of downtime in between customers calling in. She talked to me about her baby daddy, quote unquote, and they'd have some problems. And she was talking about how the worst day of her life is when she met him. Now, obviously, she's still living with the nigga, but it was the worst day of her life when she met him. But needless to say, I wanted to know, well, how did you meet him? Because this is the worst day of life. I'm surely trying to get some information on this. And she said, I was going to a McDonald's one day and he was coming out. I said, okay. And he was trying to talk to me. Excuse me, what's your name? Excuse me, what's your name? And I was like, didn't want to talk to him and trying to shun him off. So I'm thinking the story is probably going to stop there. Maybe he met up with her again another day and ran into him and it was different. But she said he kept on bothering me. He kept on talking to me. He wouldn't let me leave until I gave him my number. He just kept messing with me. I said, so you didn't like him? She's like, no, not really. He just was persistent. He kept, on and on and on. And, he would keep calling and stuff until I went out with him. I said, okay, well, that's interesting. He said, yeah. Now I got 2 kids by him. I've been with him for 6 years. I can't stand him. He's a cheater. He's no good. He's all of this and that. I mean, I'm looking for a change. Wish he would get out of my life. Needless to say, I'm pretty sure she's still with the nigga today. But it goes back to the topic of today, inspired by, again, Pharaoh Said That. Check out his channel. Why Pookie and Ray Ray, or rather, why can't Stable Steven holler at women like Pookie and Ray Ray? See, Pharaoh Said That talks about this a little bit in the video. The other day that he did, I'll link the video here. He kind of goes into a rant. And we know this too. Stable Steven are the educated brother, are the educated guy. He is focusing on those things. Whether he's a gamer, he's a computer guy, he is academic. He's the kind of guy that needs an ecosystem. I'm adding this to his argument. Okay? He needs a specific ecosystem to flourish for him to get women. All right? That's pretty much what he's like. If he can't meet girls in a certain ecosystem, in a certain environment that's doing what he's doing, he will never get a woman. He needs to meet a female at a tech conference, or he needs to be working with a chick or something like that. Because he spends all his time, for the most part, doing the things that give him an intellectual or intelligent advantage over guys his age. But every now and then, he will see a woman out of the ecosystem. And in his ecosystem, guys, and I'm putting this in the game, Stable Steven could have an advantage. If you're a guy, you go to Harvard, you're a guy that goes to, a black college, and you meet females there, and they get a chance to know you and know who you are, and you have good grades. And, obviously that will let a woman a little bit more open to you. But let's say Stable Steven is out at the mall, and he sees the woman that he's attracted to. All of his accolades outside of his ecosystem are null and void. A guy who is the man in the medical ecosystem, for an example, he's a medical doctor, pharmacist, dentist. Once he sees a woman out at the mall and he's by himself and she's by himself and he wants to talk to her, that don't mean anything. Now you out of your territory. Now you out of your loop. Now you're not the big man on campus anymore. So now you got to go for it. When Stable Steven sees Sexy Keisha coming out the mall and he's walking into the mall. He got to holler if he want the number. And Sexy Keisha, if she gauges that Stable Steven is nobody to be talking to, and he tries to say something, excuse me, you know how you doing today or whatever, and she don't give him the vibe, more often than not, Stable Steven is not going to try to overcome that objection. He just isn't. And a lot of times attractive women, whether they like what you like or not, they're going to keep pushing and give you some feedback. Like, who are you? Why are you trying to talk to me? All that. That happens to almost a lot of guys. They experience that. So when you tell Stable Steven no, he's going to be like, okay, well, thank you. And keep it mushing. That's Stable Steven. Persistent Pookie, however, he don't work a lot on his academic progress. That's not what he does. He's not an academic. He's not a gamer. He's not an engineer. He's not a, sophisticated, a lot of times legal business owner. He might not be the most intellectually gifted academically with words, but he is bright to a certain degree. When he is hollering, he going to get the same shit too from women. They gonna give him the why you talking to me attitude too. But see, Persistent Pookie not bothered by any of that. He gonna still push to overcome that objection. When you tell Persistent Pookie no, that's when the hollering starts. What you mean no? Hey, baby, you talking about no? Hold on, but you look way too good. What you talking about no? Listen, baby, you need to go ahead on and go out with me. I don't know why you playing with me. You playing with yourself. Just give me a few minutes of your time. I know you're busy, but girl, give me a shot. What you mean? No, you got a man. What you talking about? What that got to do with me? And see, with Sexy Keisha, she gonna say, man, this man really interested in me. I told them no. He really masculine. He keep coming for me. I tried to give him, I wanted this. He really want me. He really wants to dominate me. Let me go ahead and get this nigga this number. She might tell him no 3 or 4 times. But see, if the thing about Persistent Pookie is, if she's standing there talking to you still, you gonna get a yes. Because she might tell you no, but hold on, baby, why are you talking about no? And if she stop walking and actually sit there and listen to what you're saying, now you got a problem. And that's the difference. And see, the thing that women don't understand is when you tell the Stable Steven guy no, but you tell Persistent Pookie yes. Pharaoh said that, talks about this. Persistent Pookie has practice on that. Persistent practice in Pookie. He talked to women all the time. He overcome objections all the time. Then you get with him, get a baby by him, you find out, like he said on the video, he got a baby by somebody else. You 3 months pregnant, got a baby on the way. Or get with him, he got a baby, he got another baby on the way. He holler all the time. And unfortunately, a lot of women in the neighborhood or in the community, they look at the persistent guys who pursue them initially as being manly. But you didn't told the brother who was trying to talk to you would have came correct. No, because you find it more attractive for a brother to be a little bit more persistent. Because the stable guy gonna say, well, you tell me no, well, shoot, I'm going back to the Glee Club tonight anyway, And see, then you get stuck with bad guys. But then when, Stable Steven go and get a white girl or get a Mexican girl or get whoever else, it's an issue. Let me tell you women something. I'm going to offer you guys some advice for those of you watching. If you really want a Stable Steven, got to go in the places where these niggas is at. You got to. Position yourself to be in places where educated black men are at. You understand what I'm talking about? Because, see, getting approached by persistent Pookie, all you're going to do is give him the number, get pregnant, get a baby by him, and you're going to sit around complaining about him in the first place. So that's my whole take on it, man. Shout out to Pharaoh Said That. Shout out to the brother. Doing a real excellent job on this channel. Check him out below. First comment. Go subscribe to him. And guys, thank you for the support. As you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. Patreon.com/Negro Manosphere if you want to support our content. $5 a month. The Negro Manosphere is the best blog for African-American men in the world. Over 1,200 articles now, I think. Go support us over there, brothers. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.